Hey Joss, this is the wood that I cut up there yesterday with the Wallenstein. You know, you mentioned today, like it's small wood is good. So the one drawback of this machine is that to kind of use the elevator, you can't resplit the bottom piece. So you end up getting pieces like this. Now that's like, you know, 3 inches there probably, and that's about as low as you want the wedge to go. The next one down would be here, but it's still this kind of like wide section. And you know, the reason why I'm talking about this machine and why I jokingly call it the Eastern made is, you know, this machine is great and it's a really good idea. It has some drawbacks, but I would really like to see an Easton made, you know, improvement where you could have a box wedge on something like this, and you know, you would get a better sized wood, because you know, you can kind of see it. These are the bottoms, you know, these aren't resplit. You know, this is when you put the wedge lower, possibly it's about that size, but you still get this kind of, but regardless, it makes nice, you know, it makes pretty nice firewood. You can just kind of keep re-splitting it, and it seems to always be a good size. You know, you get some kind of, you get a bit of stuff like that, but I mean, that's kind of almost your target. Bless me. But you know, the wedge is kind of, you know, so there's the wedge all the way down, and then that's the first setting on the wedge, and I mean, that's kind of who's gonna use that. And then there's the second, and you might use that for kindling. But when you put a piece of wood in here, it kind of rides. So I generally set the wedge here, you know, at this setting, so that it kind of, but you know, I think this still is a great machine for oversized wood. I mean, it just punches through. It just punches through wood. And, you know, you get the right size saw. You get a 72cc saw on here. And it's going to be just humming. And another thing I was going to mention today, I saw in your videos, like, the way that you organize your wood is, you know, you run your log piles like this. And then you set your Japa over here, your Yappa, and you can work off. And then you would literally be able to set this machine up, you know, perpendicular, and you'd be able to yard your big logs, your oversized stuff. And then your small stuff can go off to the Yappa. I mean, this thing would be, you know, and you would never have to touch the rounds. That's the problem with the Easton Maids is, yeah, it's got a log lift, but you have to touch the rounds. If you have logs that are this long, it's not practical to have two processors on one side of the pile so that you can be in the middle. So, you know, you're going 20 some feet with rounds. It's just not practical. It's just not practical. This machine, like I said in a comment today, right now this is the same price. You know, a 1022 is 10 to 11,000 American dollars. This right now with exchange is $10,800. It wouldn't come with this for the price, not including taxes, of course. Neither are, but this machine has auto split. You know, it's plenty beefy. I would say that these splitters are not built as well as the Easton made with their I-beam, but they're very well built. So seriously, do consider one of these rigs. I'd love to see you demo one. Should be able to get a hold of a dealer in your state that, you know, showing you're serious. I'm sure they would bring you a demo. This machine used to be a demo, actually. It's one of the older ones. It's a 2013, I believe. Anyways, just going on now. So take care, Joe.